Hi, Merry Christmas. First story goes to Greg as far as sharing memories. Of course, one of the most latest ones we did was we got to go diving together in Cozumel. That was a ton of fun. But I also remember all the fun times we had at Convergys working together. How crazy was that? You know, we think back on our lives and telemarketers together. Wow, it's some strange roots. These are all fun times. Love hanging out with you and wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Uncle Greg. I love you, and Merry Christmas, Uncle Greg. One story I remember about you is the time when you came home from your work and we played Plants vs. Zombies with each other on your iPad.
Hi, Greg. Merry Christmas. When I think about Greg, I think about the positive role model that you are for my children. Especially I'm grateful for the kindness that you show Logan, because I know sometimes he can do some things that are really annoying to most people, and you seem to handle it really well.
Okay, so Uncle Greg, I can't think of any specific stories, but I always love how when he's around, he's always super funny and nice and really tall. I always have to look up to him. Well, actually, I was thanking for all the free chiropractic appointments he's given me. So, I'm wearing this shirt. I just got back from the Ragnar. And Greg, you were so much fun. Thank you for being the driver and not getting to sleep in the back seat like I did. And that was also cool how I was the person who would pass the slap bracelet to you, and then you would run a lot faster than me.
Merry Christmas, Aunt Camille. I like you because you sometimes that you have ice cream at your house so we can eat it.
Merry Christmas, Aunt Camille! So we're sharing stories about your family for Christmas, so I figured I'd share the story of when we were all camping and you did that great family home evening lesson about, about the Stripling Warriors. And I didn't really pay attention during it, but I just remember afterwards you let me come up and try to hold the sword, which I didn't do because it was too heavy for me.
Hi, Camille. You had a special ring that I thought was really great when I was little. And you always had, when we were in Alaska, you had your own room, and I always loved going into your room. I always thought it was so awesome. And you, of course, had jewelry, which I didn't have. And you had that ring with the blue jewels on it. And I went in and I took all your jewelry and I put it under my pillow. And seriously, but minutes afterwards, you had noticed that your jewelry was gone, and you were marching into my room asking and demanding where it was, because you knew that I had my eye on it and you knew that I had taken it. So I quickly put the ring under Tara's pillow, because she was supposed to be asleep in the bed next to me. And so I quickly put it under her pillow, and you came back in and I was like, I don't have it. I don't know what happened to that blue ring. And I thought I was so clever until Tara popped up out of bed and was like, she put it under my pillow. I was asleep. I wasn't asleep. I was awake the whole time. I saw her do it. So I was guilty as charged.
All right, so then I started thinking of whatever I could remember as far as unique stories. And then one came to me. It was when we were all in Utah. And I remember you invited us over. It must have been right after Christmas. And you wanted you and Allison to watch Pride and Prejudice. Only it wasn't a good Pride and Prejudice. It was the BBC version that's 9 VHS cassettes long. And I remember going over to your house once or twice, maybe it was 3 times, just watching Pride and Prejudice forever. It was a very memorable Christmas, and we'll never buy Pride and Prejudice BBC version thanks to you.
And Camille, one of my favorite memories, I have a lot, but I love how you're always super loving and sweet to me and treating me like I'm just another one of your kids. And one of my favorite things probably is when I was younger, I can't remember when now, but you invited me to come to Lagoon with you guys, and so I saved up and got to go do that, and that was super fun.
Hey Camille, I was just thinking, you're the person who introduced our family to crepes, and I want to thank you for that. They're delicious. And also,
The ring you got me for my birthday, or for the Ragnar. That is pretty sweet.
Merry Christmas, Kaylee. One story I remember about you was the time when we went river rafting this summer, and I thought that was really fun because it was one of the times where I actually got to spend time with you.
Merry Christmas, Kaylee. One of the best, most vivid memories of you in my head is your wedding, and when me and my mom flew out there to help do decorating and stuff. And let's just say, since that wedding, I probably won't eat another panini sandwich.
Hi Kaylee, Merry Christmas. I just want to share with you how grateful I am for the example that you have set for my children and for me as you went out to be a missionary. I loved getting your letters each week. It was such a strength for me and for my kids and for our family. I loved being able to hear your stories and see how you were growing through your testimony.
All right, so Kaylee, unique stories that have to do with you. I remember setting you up on the blind date with Sam Colbeth when you came to Colorado, and how you guys stayed out all night and got in trouble, and that was kind of crazy. The other crazy story was doing your wedding invitations. I volunteered for that, and I'm so glad I was able to help. But I think to this day, that was okay, I will try to never do wedding invitations again.
Hey Kaylee, one of my favorite memories with you was when we were all stuck at home and you were babysitting us. I don't remember why. Parents probably went off to go do something fun because they were sick of hanging around us. And you printed off a bunch of princess coloring pages for us to do, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
So, Kaylee, since Alex stole my story for you, I think my favorite memory with you is the time that you printed off all those Disney princess sheets. Yeah, that was so fun. I thought, oh my gosh, I wish I could have the power to print off Disney princess sheets and color them.
Merry Christmas, Taylor. I like you because when you play games on your Wii, I can watch you. Merry Christmas, Taylor. I like that you're on your mission, you're serving it, and I just thought you would be a good example for me to follow if when I go on a mission.
Merry Christmas, Taylor! So we're sharing stories about your family, and I was excited to say that I have a really cool memory about you. It was last summer or the summer before that, I can't remember, when we were trying to make another video like the detective one we had made, but we wanted to have someone be Bigfoot and run across the window, and we didn't have anyone to do it. And then you came in, we convinced you to do it, and so we put this giant gorilla mask on you, and the gorilla had a bow in its hair and an earring, and I thought that was hilarious.
One of my favorite memories of Taylor was I think it was a year ago. He was having a birthday party at a lake, and so we had to get a canoe from his friend's house down the street to his house. And so we went over and we had to try and figure out how to fit the canoe into the truck and drive it non-safely back to his house, and I was no help with that, but it was really entertaining to watch.
Taylor, I think my favorite memory of you is when you dropped us off at EFY a few times, and you would say, "Good luck, kids, make friends, have fun." That was always a good start to the day.
Mackenzie, remember that time when I went in your room and you had the picture of Paris and I asked you what it was and you told me it was the Eiffel Tower and I've never heard of that, and you introduced me to what Paris is and the Eiffel Tower and all that stuff?
Okay, so Kinsey, one of the great memories I have of you is when we were all sleeping up in Kaylee's room, and she had that little TV in it, and we all watched this mermaid movie about this mermaid who turned into, it was Ariel, but it was with an aqua girl, and it was really cool. I just remember loving that movie.
Hi Kinsey, Merry Christmas. I just have such a great memory of you being little and Alex being little, and it was always just so hilarious how you guys didn't really connect with each other when you were really little. You were very much attached to your mom, and I think you saw Alex as a bit of a threat, but maybe she came and stole your toys one too many times. I'm not sure what happened, but I love the memory of you two using your little puppets in the back seat of the car when you were when we went on the Nauvoo trip, and how much fun you guys had on that Nauvoo trip. And
All right, so story about Mackenzie. I got nothing. No, so we were just laughing right before we started filming. We were talking about the time we all went camping. We were sitting around the campfire, and all you guys were trying to tell lame ghost stories or whatever it was you were doing. So I decided to come up with this great idea. I said, hey, let's all tell about things that we did that we never got caught for. And you were like, okay. And you thought that was like such a great idea. And you started telling stories about how you stole a bunch of gumballs or something like that, and your brother Bridger got blamed for it. And like it gone on for a long time, or it was a long time ago, and you still got in trouble for it. And I believe you had to sleep on the floor of your tent.
It's hard to pick one memory for Kenzie since we have so many. But I think the one I'll do is a long time ago, same trip as Cliff Mania, when we decided to go four-wheeling, and we were with Cameron and Carly, and we all crammed onto one four-wheeler, and we found this track for four-wheelers and motorcycles, and we were going on it, and we decided to go off a jump. Not the smartest idea, but we went flying through the air, and we were all screaming, and it was super scary. And then when we landed on the ground, we were all like amazed that we were actually alive, and that was really scary and cool.
Kinsey, how we made videos, like we tried to make them every summer, but they never worked except for the first time where we made that video like that, where you and Carly are like detectives and like trying to figure out who stole the brownies or something. And you and Carly were like the best person. You and Carly would walk in and you would ride that little tricycle down the hallway playing that like cool music, and you had the sunglasses. Thinking about that is like the best.
Merry Christmas, Bridger. I remember the time where you were babysitting me, and we all went down to that place, and we got ice cream. And then we came home and played Minecraft, and I kept dying, and you had to build me a house so I wouldn't die.
Bridger, which one to choose from? Okay, how about that time you pretended to be like a 21-year-old guy who was addicted to collecting baby dolls?
Bridger! I just absolutely love you, Bridger. You have such a fun personality. My girls just got home from the Ragnar today, and they had so many fun things to talk about and had so much fun. And one of them, I think it was Camry, I can't remember, one of them was just like, oh, Bridger is so funny. He makes the funniest comments, and we just love being around him.
So recently we were all in the car, well not that recently, but whatever, and I let Bridger have my iPod, and he started reading all of my embarrassing text messages out loud with his lovely sarcastic voice, and then he decided to read one of them over and over and over about moonflowers. He knows what I'm talking about, I'm sure. So that was really funny. And then afterwards, Carly had been singing an annoying song all day long, and the car had just gone quiet when all of a sudden you started humming it, and it was a very epic, amazing moment. I believe that the song was like da 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 da.
Okay, Bridger, that one time we were all in the backyard and you were like trying to sound all cool or something. You were like trying to like show off. You're like, I didn't know how to pee in a cup. And we're like, what? We don't believe you. And you went inside and brought out a cup of pee, and we didn't believe it was real pee. And then Kinsey smelled it, and she's like, yes, it's real. And then you started chasing us all around, and we were like, no, we're gonna die.
We wish you a